common sense, principled conservatism that Wayne stands for, and you will not have to worry 1 year into office how he's going to end up voting, because he has principles and values that are rooted and grounded. He doesn't have great political aspirations for something more. He's not looking for favor from fellow comrades on the legislative floor. He's looking to make a difference and to properly represent the people in House District 66. And that is the type of representative we finally need. He's not going to schmooze his way in. He's a self-made man who understands the basic values of being an American and being a Texan, and how hard work and principles and values matter. That government is not the solution. Government is not the answer. Most of the time they mess it all up anyway. But let government out of the way and let the people run. That's the man that we will have as our future representative of House District 66. And I would like to for you all to give a warm welcome as we help Wayne Richard launch off his campaign. Wayne?
Well, thank you, Diane. That's just wonderful. I want to thank you all for being out here this evening, this very hot August afternoon. But it's kind of apropos, because we're about to turn up the heat on Texas politics in District 66. This is indeed a wonderful and exciting time for my family, my campaign, and of course, for me personally. And there are so many people that I need to thank, of course, each one of you. But I need to take a moment and thank my mother for the values that she instilled in me. To my father, who's looking down from heaven, who brought the conservative principles that I carry with today, that I learned at the dining room table all those years. He's in heaven. He's a Republican, so I'm convinced that heaven must be Republican. You know, this is it's as exciting for so many different reasons, but one reason is the fact that we're all here. Now, the current administration would call us terrorists and a mob. You know, I look around here and I see patriots. I see true Americans. And I'm proud that you all are here to stand with me. It's really quite humbling. But what's happening here right now tonight is happening across the country. People are realizing that our country has been headed down the wrong path. Secularism and socialism has been creeping into our society and into our homes. And it seems as though with the tea parties and the town hall meetings that we're all seeing on the TV now, that America has just awakened from a deep slumber. And they've recognized that we've been idle for too long. That we need to stand up. We need to fight for what this country is all about. We need to fight for the principles that this country stands for. The things that we're almost not allowed to say anymore. Capitalism, democracy, freedom, liberty. That's what this country is all about. And I feel that we have an administration in place that is trying to turn this country into a direction that is the opposite pole of what our Constitution and what our forefathers dreamed our country would one day become. So I thank you all very much for that. So I became quite encouraged. I thought, you know what? Hey, I'm not all by myself here. There are other people that have conservative values just as I do. And I was introduced to an individual, Doug Reeves, that Diane made mention to earlier. And he approached me and said, Wayne, would you consider running for office? And I mean, I'm a businessman. So if you think about what's happening with all the tea parties and all the events that are happening across the country, there are individuals just like me. So this is bigger than me. I just happen to be an individual at the right time with the blessings to be able to make a difference. It's happening everywhere. So think about that. 90 days ago, I was known as a businessman. I started my company with a few $1,000s in my dining room and a crazy dream. The biggest obstacle I had to face at that point in time was to come up with a product, bring it to market, and hope somebody would buy it. I mean, I was young, I was naive, but I was full of ambition. I mean, I looked at the world as though it was an open door. But today, that door has been slammed shut. The door has been slammed shut by an oppressive government that goes out of their way to discourage excellence, hard work, and they promote a welfare state. They no longer represent the people. They enslave their citizens with more and more taxes and more rules, laws, and regulations. And it has to stop. This socialism has been creeping into our country, but Americans recognize what is happening. Now, a lot of my editorials had to do with national politics. And people say, well, Wayne, you're running for the state legislature. And I said, you know, you need to recognize that our nation is at a crossroads, but our state is at a crossroads as well. We created over 70% of the jobs in the entire United States in 2008. We have more Fortune 500 companies in our state than anywhere, including New York, which we just overtook last year. We have the busiest port harbor in the whole state. And then here's the kicker. Because of our geographic territory, because of the number of citizens, we actually have impact on the curriculum that the students around the country are exposed to. Now think about that. So it's important for us to have true, conservative individuals in the state of representatives. So you would think in Texas, it's a no-brainer. It's going to happen. Do you realize that we are only 2 seats ahead as a majority? And in my opinion, liberty and democracy is the fruit of this battle. So in my heart, I know that this is a battle worth fighting. So to each of you, I ask you to stand with me. To stand with me when I fight for a voter ID bill. I ask you to fight with me and stand with me and fight with me when I try to close our borders. I ask you to stand with me when I fight to reduce taxes. I ask you to stand with me when I go to the legislature and I say, we have parents that are paying property taxes and sending their children to private school or homeschooling. They should have a tax break. Yeah. And I guarantee you that is not going to be a popular argument. But I need you to stand with me for that. I need you to stand with me when I go down to Austin and I fight for common sense, fiscal, and social conservatism. This will be a battle, but I believe that the tide is changing. I believe that, really, across the country, maybe perhaps since the foundation of our country, for the first time, we have individuals that are running for office with the right intentions and the proper disciplines for what they're trying to accomplish. They're running for office because they want to bring back America. The individuals that I have on my campaign team that have just come together. It's almost like a miracle that people that have come together. Each one of you has just been so important to me. Just can't thank you enough. I know that we are going to make a change. I know in my heart we are going to win. So I ask you to stand with me when I fight for your causes. I ask you to stand with me when I fight for each one of you. I ask you to stand with me when I fight for your families and my family. I ask you to fight and stand with me when I fight for Texas and America. God bless America. God bless Texas. And bless Israel. Thank you.
Susan, would you please come up here? This lovely lady has been just a trooper and a true partner and comrade and encourager. She's smart, beautiful, and I just love her very much. And I'm this dynamic team here, and I just want you to keep encouraging them.